All right, let's see how we look. I can't see from here anyway, so I'm gonna act like I can see. All right, mic check, mic check. Morning Masters podcast, man. Of course, back with another thinking out loud. First and foremost, as always, I want to thank all the supporters, all the listeners, week in, week out. Well, shit, end of the year podcast for the whole year, week in, week out, month in, month out. Quarter in, quarter out. Shout out to all the supporters, all listeners throughout the whole year, throughout the previous, how long I've been doing this, 6 years. So it's be my seventh year, something like that. So damn, time flies. But shout out to all the supporters, all the listeners, definitely. Shout out to everybody that has shared the episode, that has commented on the episode, that has sparked conversation from an episode, that have been on the episode, that have talked to me about episodes, messaged me about episodes, shared it. Y'all keep the More Than Masters brand, the name, the content. Y'all keep all that stuff alive, man. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I wasn't appreciative of everything that's come my way regarding the podcast. So that's first and foremost, of course. It's the end of the year. This is it's 31st, 9:55 p.m. All right, 2 more hours and the year's over. It's a whole new year next year. About 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I don't have no particular topics. I want to say thank you to everybody. Run down the year. Been a great year. I would say for More Than Masters, definitely. For me personally, it's been a great year. I do think that there has been some definitely tough spots in the year. The first half of the year, I would say, was real tough. It's so crazy how that works, right? The first half of the year was so tough, and then I feel like the last maybe 5-6 months, it kind of cruised. Not saying there was no problems, but just was able to get through those problems better than I normally would. So shout out to me for that. But yeah, Motor Masters in general as a brand. I'm sorry. First and foremost, let me start. I'm starting off wrong, man. This sweater, man. I got my V Loud sweater on, man. Shout out to my guy, my V Loud sweater on. Yeah, I was. This is funny, right? So I work in corporate America, and I wore the sweater one day. We had this big walk or whatever, and HR guy was like, "Oh, what you got in this sweater?" And I'm thinking like, should I open it? Should I open my vest, show them? And everybody was supportive. They liked it. You know what I'm saying? I was in what was it at? I was at work today. Matter of fact, I was at work today, earlier today, and then somebody asked me, what's that V-Live? And I'm like, oh, it's a guy, I'm supporting, you know what I'm saying? I got the card you gave me, so I always take a picture, I send it to him on the card, whatever, airdrop it, whatever the case may be. So shout out to you, keep doing your thing. I don't be doing stuff just for the sake of doing it. I literally have a closet here, and it's full of clothes. Now this I keep because it's a sweater. I'm not gonna lie, I keep this with me. But I literally have a closet full of clothes. Anybody that comes here, I always show them. So I got all my shirts that I bought, supported, or gotten from somebody, whether it's a sweatshirt, I got it there. So when I do Thinking Out Loud, I'm always trying to brand someone or something from the city. Cause I feel like I have to make these Thinking Out Louds to me still mean something to the name, which is More Than the Masters, right? So in my opinion, a way of doing that is by putting on the brands from people from the place that's More Than the Masters, because this is also More Than the Masters. They ain't gonna show you this, you know what I'm saying? We need V Live golf gear for next year, you know what I'm saying? Get Tiger Woods and that. Nike ain't gonna have that. I'm sorry, bro. Nike ain't gonna have that. But yeah, man. End of the year, dope year, I think overall. I do think I started the year out. I always start the year out either rocky or really good. And the year been going so crazy. I'm not sure if I started out really good, but I will say that this was probably one of my better years in podcasting, in the sense of I just spoke about it earlier, in the sense of separation. So I want to touch on a few things in regards to that. So I thanked everybody, right? But one person I didn't thank, or one entity, one I guess subgenre I didn't think is, the people who encourage you, or that force your hand to kind of go harder and improve yourself, or just to push through. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're working on, when you're doing something, a lot of times people they'll test you. They'll test you to see if you can push through, if you got more, or if you're lifting weights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got one more minute. Nah, get another one. So you get the last one up. They push you to go to greater lengths. And sometimes people do that without knowing, or just unknowing, or unknowingly rather. In 2023, I'm gonna try to stop stuttering. I promise. Uh, I'm probably not though. But unknowingly, they'll push you, right? So I do want to thank everyone who, whether if and most people push me to support the podcast, right? But push me in ways where like in order for me to be what I am to certain people, I they push me because I know I have to be that to them. If that makes sense. Hold on real quick. I'm sorry, that was bothering me that the focus wasn't where it needed to be at. So yeah, so uh shout out to all the supporters that do that for me, right? And I want to shout out some specific person because I think that something might have been looked at wrong, and I understand it because I stand on what I stand on. But you know, towards the end of the year, we had the awards and all that stuff coming up, and I had my takes on it. People had their own takes on it, and anybody has a right to their own opinion. So I'm never gonna shit on somebody else's opinion or nothing like that. But in doing so, I would say I kind of had somewhat of a back and forth tap tap kind of thing with somebody, and so shout out to Clash of the Round Table. Shout out to Big Boss and Ro. This is the thing, right, with stuff like that, I personally feel. So I don't feel no different the way I felt in the video. I'm not saying that. Like, everything I said, I really feel 100%. However, it's times like that where unknowingly somebody pushes you, because from that, I didn't want that to be the last thing somebody saw from me, or I didn't want that to be anything anybody recognized me for or knew me for, or something that was spoken about. I didn't want that to be a topic of conversation, because I got so much great content on this page from this past year, from the past 7 years, but from this past year. So much other, and I got content that y'all haven't even seen. I dropped clips, but I haven't seen a full video because I got plans for those. But there's so much content I put out that now I had to make sure that that wasn't too much of a hit where people start to like that so much, or start to talk about that a lot, or just give that enough attention. I didn't want that to get too much attention. I did it, and it did what it needed to do at the time for what it was needed for. And I think I made my point loud and clear. But what I didn't want people to look at that as like, okay, well, he can be this person now. He can do things like this. No, I still am wholeheartedly 100% only on the content. What I did afterwards was I went and I started doing a bunch of arts episodes, and I started to challenge myself with let me try to do something different. Let me interview more. Let me showcase why this person is important to the city. Let me help this person in the city, or let me put this person on in the city. So my daughters are here, by the way. Shout out to them. Using the bathroom as always. So yeah, that was my goal, and I did that. And I feel like December was a great month for me. Like BS aside, of course. I mean, that was great too. Don't get me wrong, but BS aside, of course, I feel like it was a great month all in all. Like, you think about the Sal Juice episode, you think about the DJ Swag episode. Like, these are episodes of people who are doing major things in the city, and I feel like I really conveyed that, even with their story. You know what I'm saying? Got the Sanja episode was dope. Got the Black Elmo episode, which was dope. And I just put out the Fahim Blair episode, which, let me tell you why that's important to me, right? And I hope I'm not boring y'all, because I hope I'm not. I'm trying to be funny, but I ain't trying to force the funniness. You know what I'm saying? The Fahim Blair episode was important to me to do because of what it means to me. So Fahim is he's a duo. It's Fahim and it's Neil. Neil is kind of the spokesperson of that duo. He speaks a lot. He answers a lot of the questions. He's the media person. He's the person that's gonna run up to you and give you a file, give you a hug. He's the open arms one. He's the vocal one. So a lot of times people don't really know Fahim that well. He's the background, play it cool. I'm chilling. I'm just watching, observing, making business decisions. That's him. And I was like, I needed that. I need that. Also, it's a little in the competition. I ain't gonna say a lie to you. Granted, kneeling that they used to do on on a dirty couch. So they had their own little podcast and I'm sorry, not say little. They had their own podcast, their own show. So with that, Fahim used to always say, "Yo, man, after Neil, you my favorite interviewer." So I wanted to kind of show him, like, I know, you got to give it to your brother because that's your brother, but you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really be out here doing this, and I think I showed that, and to see his poise and see how comfortable he had gotten after the first couple of minutes, see him open up and answer questions and just go on and go on without me having to, guide him and guide him. I thought that was dope. But to get a Fahim Black episode was dope because, like I said, normally they're a duo. You don't get one without the other. So I have something that is covenant to me, but I also have something that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people ain't gonna have just a Fahim episode, So I wanted to I always try to make it a distinctive thing. I want to be distinct. I want to stand out. I want to separate, right? And I was listening to J. Cole the other day, and I go back to the boss thing with the Joshua kid and all that stuff because I think what I tried to convey, I don't know if I didn't convey it right. I don't know if because of how I talk and come up as cocky and people just think you just shitting on them, whatever. I don't know. Sorry to curse so much. I know Trevor listened to the kid, so I'm sorry if I'm not gonna curse again. But on applying pressure, J. Cole at the end of the song, he goes, sometimes you gotta do it in front of people so they know that you can do it, and you gotta show them like that you can do it at the level that you do it to show them that they can't do it at the level that they can do it. It's a bunch of like whole play on words he did. I wish I played it right now, but I ain't gonna play it. But long story short, that was my goal for the end of the year. I wanted to show that separation, not with one podcast, not with the local. Not it's locally, yeah, but not just with one podcast. It wasn't like one podcast in my mind, but I feel like I gotta show you I'm better than this one podcast. It was everybody. It was anybody. I wanted to show you that not even better, so to speak, because all that is substantial. Is what you want. It's all based on preference. But I wanted to show that the separation of what I'm doing versus what others are doing. So when I put out 3 podcasts in the week, or I put out 4 podcasts in the week, or Thinking Out Loud back to back, or I have the Fahim Black episode we recorded at 7 p.m. on a Monday, but I'm dropping it at Tuesday at 6 a.m. Like I be trying to show those things, and I know those aren't things that people aren't necessarily going to see it as, because y'all don't know when I'm recording. I don't do a lot of live video, so y'all don't know, but it mean a lot to me, One thing I will try to do this year, in all seriousness though, I want to try to show more of what the background is of podcasting. So I got to find a way where when the guests come in, I can start recording in and there. The only downside to that is sometimes guests say things off air first, thinking they're off air, and I would never want to put something out and somebody didn't want that to be out. So that'd be my only problem. But I don't know. I need to find a way to get some behind the scene footage. I want to do that. I want to do a Patreon. I don't know. It's a good price. I'm thinking 10. I'm not. Some people do 5. I'm thinking 10. Not gonna lie. I don't know what I would put on Patreon. I have a thought, and my audience can help me with this, right? So my thought is that I start to put Thinking Out Loud on a Patreon, right? Because this is 49. This is number 49. So I put one more out. That's 50. On top of the year, I put 50 out. I gave y'all 50 Thinking Out Louds for free. I'm not saying you got to pay for them, because you don't have to pay for them. Thinking Out Loud is always for me. It's just the way I release my thoughts and things that go on. I just talk about things. Y'all still get clips and snippets, but if I do the Patreon, I would make the Patreon be a certain price, and I'll just put all my Thinking Out Louds on there, any behind the scene footage on there, or any episode that I feel like is just too raunchy, or maybe it's not a More Than Masters podcast. Maybe I make a whole nother show. Somebody told me I needed to start making. Shout out to Kim making me. He said they need the relationship expert pod, and I don't know. Like I'm not a relationship expert, but I know I be joking about stuff. Some of that stuff be serious. I do be dead serious about the stuff I be saying online, but I'd say it in jest because it's online. I'm not trying to argue with nobody or go to blows with nobody off of what their opinion of the opposite sex or their sex or whatever. I don't care. Like I literally don't care at all. Right? So, but it's funny to me. It's funny to me to do that. I think Like to me, I'm be honest with you. Like I had such a great year, which I'm gonna get into in a second. That I can't speak for everybody else. My year was so great that I'm bringing everything I did in 2022 into 2023, bro. Like I had a great 2022. Like if I could have another year like that, or at least equal up to it or better, I'm down. I'm good, bro. Like 2022 was good for me. It was some bad things that happened, of course. That's every day, every year is gonna happen. But 2022 was up, and I don't want to change it. So I'm bringing everything that I brought in 2022 into 2023. Ain't no point in changing, man. I had a good year. If you had a bad year, I can understand why you wouldn't want to do that. But just change some things up. I don't know what to tell you, but I like my year I had. One of the downsides, of course, I'm not sure if it's the elephant in the room to y'all, but to me, the really only thing about this year that was like super, super crazy and sad, it's not the only thing, but one of the main things is, of course, death in the family is always, I had my uncle Kenny pass away, but before that I had my grandmother pass away. The reason why I'm down here, the reason why I live down here, the reason why I am the way I am, sometimes we got a lot in common. I was spent her last 5 years with her in the same home. Love her to death, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's something I'm not really open to talking about yet, but uh that was the only thing. But in all seriousness, like one thing I can say about it, like because I'm a realist and because I try to be reasonable and rational about a lot of things. What I can say is I'm not selfish. I think that I know she was ready. I know she was ready. She told me she was ready. She was ready. Uh, and somebody told me something and it stuck with me a lot for some reason. I don't know. People just do this sometimes. They said, uh, you can never be ready for that. Like you think you're ready, you think that because, I can say and say she's ready to go, so I'm at peace with it. You ain't never at peace with it. This is like a piece of you. So when that person goes, a piece of you goes. So that's the only thing that was a downside to this year. But everything happens for a reason. And I know the term, the saying is like you don't lose people, you gain angels. And like I said, 2022 was a great year. So I'm just assume she with me, and I'm assume that, you know, that's why I had a good year. I'm assuming, so I don't know. Like maybe not, maybe who knows? Maybe it's luck. I don't know. But I would definitely kill to have another one of years like these. Now it was stressful in the beginning. If you watch my thinking out loud, you can tell the year I had, and you can tell how I dealt with the year I had. At first, it was a lot of thoughts. I had a lot of thoughts, man. I couldn't deal with a lot of things I was seeing. I was in a different mind space, uh, different seat on the bus. I was on a different everything. I was new to a lot of stuff too, so a lot of stuff was new to me. And I persevered though. I made it through. I pushed through. So like I said, I wouldn't change for nothing. It's kind of like what I said earlier in the beginning. Like unknowingly people push you, or unknowingly people push it to greater lengths. And I think that's what happened. What I was doing with work and with a lot of stuff that was going on in my life, I wasn't sure about certain things, and I feel like I had to get some signs to make me feel like, damn, this is what I want. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing this. I made a good decision. You know what I'm saying? With people, with work, with my career, with outside on podcasting tip, with family. A lot of things I was questioning whether I was doing right, whether I made the right decision, whether I jumped out and did something too soon. I had them thoughts, and everything kind of started coming together as time went on. So thank you to anybody who put me for that. I seen a rapper rap this other day. He was like, I think he said it was about women. He's like, shout out to the women who love me while I was learning. And I want to say shout out to anybody that's been around me while I've been learning past how many years, but definitely this year, I learned a lot. Definitely learned more about myself, and I've been very vocal about that, things I learned about myself. Um, I told y'all on one last time, I learned that if things don't go the way I plan in my head, you okay, Bailey? Okay. If things don't go the way I plan in my head, I feel away. I kind of don't like that. I get in a mood. Hey, pick a room, baby. Pick a room, okay? And just stay in that room, okay? I think she says no. I don't know. So that was one thing, But I think regardless of learning, I think one thing that I definitely commend myself on is this was the first year I didn't have no major fallouts or blowouts. You know what I'm saying? Like normally every year it's a big fallout. You got this big issue that happened. I didn't have that this year. I ain't saying it's been a super peaceful year at all. Don't say that to say the least, but I haven't been. It hasn't been drama filled. It hasn't, been a year of hatred or disdain or just what you call it, throwing shots back and forth. I mean, I have my little scrabble with people and stuff like that here and there, but not on a consistent basis. I think this is probably the most consistent year I've had where it's been peace for the most part, right? And it take a long time to get there. So shout out to everybody who's been around me and that has helped me. They don't say that or that just it's as simple as I rather argue on the phone with somebody rather than go online back and forth and now we miscommunicating because we communicating but we not really communicating type of deal. So yeah, that's why I like that for me this year. I also like that, and that's another thing. Like even this year, I feel like this is the first year I didn't have like no major fallouts with nobody, and if I did have a fallout with somebody, I feel like there's nobody I had a fallout with that couldn't call me today, or I couldn't call today, tomorrow, whenever, and just be like have a conversation with them. So like I might not be speaking to certain people or certain people might not speak to me on a regular basis, but I know that it's all love at the end of the day, or that it's a respect there to where if I need them or they need me, we can talk, sit down, whether it be like men, like grown ups, whatever the case may be, and I like that. I like that a lot. Like I said, 2022, like I said, 2022 has been a great year for me. Some things I want to change. So I told you I don't really do like New Year's resolutions, but I do feel like you should want to progress. You should want to keep developing yourself, keep developing in life, whether it be behaviors, whether it be the way you think, so mental, emotional, physically, all that type of stuff. I think you should want to progress or just get better and better as a human, as a person. One thing I could say in a podcasting tip, I'm trying. I can't promise you. I'm trying. So I keep saying not stuttering, but that ain't gonna happen. I don't know. I'm always stuttering. I think people like when I stutter for some reason. They just think that's cool. I don't know why. It's really not cool. Cause sometimes when I'm talking, I'll just pick a different word or I'll just say half the word. I'm not gonna lie. I'll mess around with just half of it. I'll just give up and y'all just figure it out. That's why I can't have subtitles on my stuff, man. I can't talk. But I want to take that out. I don't know what anybody who speaks. If you watching this, if you comment on YouTube a lot, whatever, comment on YouTube. Give me some substitutions for like what can I say? Can I just should I just be quiet instead of saying can I just be like until I'm ready to talk? Even that don't seem. It just seemed like it's not genuine. I almost did but I didn't do it. You see, I almost did it again. See now I feel like I just keep doing it and now I feel retarded. But damn, I thought you gotta say but I'm trying not to say it. So regardless of the fact, I'm trying to say I want to expand my vocabulary. I told myself, I'm saying Jesus Christ. I told myself, the new year ain't start yet, so I'm good. But I told myself I'll try to I want to develop my speaking, the way I speak. I don't have to necessarily like not stutter. That's fine with me. That's me. That's my personality. That is what people recognize me for when I speak. But I do want to use different words. I get tired of using, whether it be I get tired of using the phrase well, in my opinion, like, damn, what just happened? Am I tripping? I feel like it just got dark here for some reason. But yeah, I get tired of there we go again. I get tired of using the same words or the same phrases. I know on social media I put that we gotta lay to rest, man. As a man, as a woman, I don't want to hear that next year. And I'm not even saying that we gotta stop like for a long time. I'm simply saying let's just stop for 6 months. Like, can you give me 6 months of like no battle of the sexes? Like, let's just have unity. Or at least damn February. Like, can we just do February? Can we just be black and can we all just get along for February? Just February. I ain't even asking for too much. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's That's pretty decent. If you ask me, that's a decent thing to ask. And I don't know if how y'all feel about. I don't think I'm gonna give it. I'm just be honest with you. I'm saying it too much now, but I don't know how y'all feel about the battle of the sexes part. I see people keep talking about this He-Man, women haters club, and this, that, and third. I don't feel like I'm in that. I don't know what people is saying that how I talk or what I say that make people feel like judging women. I don't know if that's what they're saying. Like, I don't know what that means. Like when you say He-Man, women haters club, I don't know. I know for the real rascals, they didn't like women. I love women. And that's one thing. Anybody gonna take that from me? I love women. All right? Listen. You hear me? I love women. So I don't know like where that come from. Now I've heard this before too. Let me know. I heard people say, yeah, 'cause I know you like a no nonsense type of. What you mean no nonsense? Like I take plenty of nonsense. Like ask, trust me, you gotta ask the wrong people. I don't know, and they probably just thinking because of social media. But granted, I do feel like social media is a place to play. But a lot of that stuff is true. Those are true thoughts I have, true feelings I have for the most part. Those are true feelings and thoughts I have for the most part. However, I didn't say However, I do feel like, you gotta joke, you gotta, play. And I know a lot of jokes, a lot of truth. For me, it is. I know I ain't gonna say a lie to you. But I don't know why would I be in that? Like, you have people really just saying every morning, they're waking up every fucking morning, waking up like, listen up, bitches. I'm gonna say the B word. I do say it, but when I say it, I'm not talking about women half the time. And if I am talking about women, it's a woman that pissed me off, but I don't know them. It's like a stranger, come on, y'all know. I'm by myself on that one. Like, everybody call a stranger the B word sometime, right? Just me. Whatever. Damn. I tried. But yeah, I don't know, like, wow, when did I get, I don't know if because I be sharing stuff. I don't know if people I'm around, like, so I don't know if people see me and they think, okay, well, Slim, then you got Cooks. I don't look at Slim as that much. I mean, he really came out of whatever he used to be doing, but he got his way, but he don't voice him all the time. I guess he has a male dominant podcast, and he puts out male dominant content, but even him I don't look as, as a He-Man woman hater. He just say what he say. He just have wild takes. Cooks, he's rebranded, but for most of the year, I could see that. It's a few people online that I can see that. It's like every day. Women, listen up. Come on. Bring it in, ladies. Bring it in, ladies. Y'all ain't it. That's how it be. Like, bring it in. Listen, let me tell you what y'all doing wrong. You got those women. You got those men, I mean. You got those people who post like that. I don't fall into that category. So I don't know why I'm being labeled with or grouped with these men. I don't be calling out her like, bring it in, ladies. Come on. Listen, on today's episode of Why You Ain't Shit, let me tell you, I don't be doing that. That'd be other people. I laugh at them. I might share some stuff because it's funny. I will say that I had a funny year. This was a year I feel like I'm always funny though. I'm a funny guy. I don't know. I can't say this is the best year, but I think people have figured out that I'm funny. I think because I be so distant and standoffish a lot of the times, people don't notice that, damn, he got a funny side. Then he be joking a lot. I joke a lot. More so off than on air, than online. But I'm not gonna be super serious online. Like, me in real life, I couldn't be me in real life like online all the time, because me in real life is like this. Or if I'm pissed off at work, that's how I stand. So I can't do that online. I don't know if it's emoji for this or like that makes no sense. So most times I'm just joking, which, like I said, it's like a release, because I'm joking, and you know what I'm saying. I'm mad at work, so I'm joking online. Like, that's my reality. That's my vice. Think out loud, joking on Facebook. I love them too. You're probably wondering, or not, who knows. It says State Farm Marine Atlanta. Look, man, I was asked a while back about what was my favorite gift, and honestly, my answer going to change every time because I've been gifted some great things. Um, from family, from just people who feel like I'm worth gifting a great gift to. But I had got a gift this year for my birthday, man, and it was tickets to a Lakers game. All right, if you know me, you know I'm a big LeBron James fan. So for the first time in my life, I was able to go watch LeBron James play, and I'll be damned if he ain't go the off. So that was definitely a dope memory. I'm pretty sure I'll cherish that. He had 47 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. He was just one assist shy from a triple double, but they won the game, and they was losing. They was getting their ass whooped at some points. It was his birthday, so it's just I don't know. It was dope. It was dope. All the stars just aligned for like that to be a thing, and watching it in live and just watching him, just seeing like these real players, these multi-million-dollar players, like seeing that it was dope. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing ever gonna top me watching my little brother. That's just a different feeling. But just being in that environment, watching, man, it was dope, man. It was dope. It was dope. That was a great gift. That was a great gift. Like that's dope. Um, yeah, had a great time, man. So shout out to LeBron too. Happy belated birthday. That was dope. That was dope because it was a season high. You know what I'm saying? It was a season high, so which means like at this point of the season, that was his best game. I can't say it's the best game, but points wise, 47 points. I mean, can't beat that. So yeah, shout out to LeBron, man. That was dope though, for real. I've had some dope experiences. I'll say that this year for me, I think I made some great memories, and I think the dopest part about these memories that I made, even something like this sad, like I said, my grandma passing and seeing her laying in the casket, like it's a lot, a lot to process this year. That is hard for me, but the memories that I've made, all of them, sad, good, sad, the good, the great, the mad ones, all that stuff. I've made all of them. All of them have been made with no intentions of making them for an intention, if that makes sense. Like no motive behind. It's just like just living, not knowing. Like it's not like I'm gonna do this and this is gonna happen. Like it's just you just doing, and things are happening. Like you just doing, like nothing fancy. You just doing. That's it. And I think that's a dope thing about this year. Like I've had some dope um, memories. I got over a lot of hurdles this year. I did a lot of self. See, I can't talk. I said self with a th. Self evaluations, nah. But I did a lot of self evaluations on myself. So like a lot of times when I'm talking, thinking out loud is really just me looking in the mirror. Like right now, I can see myself. I can't see myself like how y'all probably can see me, but I can see a small. I gotta get a HDMI cord, a bigger computer or something. I gotta be able to see myself a little bit. That might be dope. But yeah, cause imagine I can see myself right here on the laptop. Y'all ain't know it's a MacBook. I'll be trying to show y'all. I gotta show this MacBook off, bro. I don't know. It's a lot of money. But yeah, man. This year was definitely a trying year. I think I had an amazing year. If you let me know, what was your favorite episode? I can't pick a favorite episode. I can't pick a favorite thing out loud. But if y'all can, if y'all made it this far, 'cause I know I probably bored y'all. If y'all made it this far, do me a favor. I want y'all to comment your favorite thinking out loud and your favorite episode from this year. It's a reason why I want that. I need them in the YouTube comment, but y'all can text me if y'all want to, because I know some people be scared to post their YouTube comments, whatever. But I really, really would like to know what was your favorite thinking out loud. What was your favorite episode? I got some dope ones I like, but the ones I normally like are the ones people probably less viewed ones. Like I like things like that. They mean different. They mean different things to me because what I be trying to convey. So my industry be different for different people. Like I like the swag one a lot. I didn't think that was gonna be as great as it was. I learned so much, but he also had so much knowledge. I like that swag one, right? I like when I did the iHeartRadio, the Gym Got Soul. I liked that episode. I liked him being candid and being open. Just a regular guy, but I'm gonna bear me still. I like that. I like the Fahim one. I just told you I like that one, right? But you do so many podcasts, you forget like what's what. Like somebody might name it right now. I'm like, damn, I forgot I did that this year because it's so compiled on top of each other, you know. And I can't tell you which episode got the most, I guess, reaction or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you, but I can't pick my own. But y'all can sift through it and go through the episodes and pick y'all own. But I really think I had some dope episodes this year. I think I had a great year. I would kill to have another year just like that, if not better. If y'all got guests y'all want on, y'all want a recurring guest on, I'm down for that. Let me know. So I need your favorite thing out loud, your favorite episode of the year, and what's your thoughts on the Patreon? If I should start it, what should I put on there? Y'all saying F it, 'cause y'all ain't gonna subscribe anyway, so don't start a Patreon. I need to know. Like, I'm trying to build the platform and just build for y'all, because if I do a Patreon, then that means I can open up different conversations and different topics, because those will be on a separate page where it's not necessarily more the masses. It's just content for the people that want that kind of content, whether it be I don't know, sexual conversation, relationship conversation. I'm not really into those, but I'm not I'm not opposed to having it, because I'm trying to challenge myself and push myself. So I don't mind talking about certain things, you know, whether it be relationship, whether it be sexual, whether it be whatever. But I could pick. I'll say that I had two episodes. So one was my cousin Carl. It was only audio though. That was a dope episode because he spoke a lot. It was only audio though. And when I did my aunt, I did a Pride episode. Now I know people feel away about Pride and stuff. Like, I don't be doing that just to appease all audiences or just try to get these Pride points. That was family. And me interviewing family is always, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's always, um, I love interviewing family. Cause like I said, I haven't always been a talker. I always chill, lay back, don't bother nobody. So when I'm interviewing them, when I'm talking to them, having these conversations with them, I'm bringing up things. They like, damn, you was watching me. You was, damn, you remember that? I had nothing to do but watch. I wasn't talking to nobody. I was minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's another one. I think one of my favorite episodes, and definitely now, uh, when you think about what it means to me now, with the year I had, with the year my family had, is probably when I did the podcast with my mother about my grandma having dementia, because not even about a couple months later, if that, my grandma passed. So that is probably one of my favorite ones. I think my mother opened up a lot to that, and I think that was our accepting of that. But like I said, you can accept all you want. You're just not ready. So yeah, man. I hope y'all had fun with this episode. I don't know what to call it. Thinking out loud, what? I'm not sure what to call it, but uh, I hope to have another year like this year. Real quick, I just want everybody, if you do watch this, if you don't watch it, whatever, I don't care how you receive this. Just the main thing in 2023, one of my main goals is to make it to 2024, right? Just like I want everybody that's going out tonight to be safe and make it back home for the new year. I think every year that happens where something happens to somebody, whether it's a club shooting, or accident, drunk driving, or some freak accident, some mistake, something. If everybody could just make it back home, we'd be all right. And everybody to go out, have your fun, make it back home. And for everybody who coming to 2023, let's go through the year and let's try to make it to 2024. And then so on and so on. Okay. I got this cut from the ATL thing too. I was trying to tell you that, but I got blindsided by talking about LeBron. 47 points is kind of crazy. But I think that's all I got, man. I'm about to open the Slim Jim, edit this real quick so I can put it out for y'all. See how much I love y'all? It is now 10:33 p.m. December 31st. A couple more minutes, man. Well, another hour and some minutes. Gonna be 2023. Once again, shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to all the listeners. Anybody who motivated me, I don't care whether it's in a negative way, a positive way. If you talk trash about me, you did good things about me. If you push me to have to put you in a certain place, if you push me to have to put you in a certain light and shine light on you, whether it be great light, bad light, whatever. Happy New Year's to you. I'm proud of everybody. I love every podcast in the city. I like anybody that's something to do with arts in the city, whether it be media, music, actual illustrations, art, whatever. Media, music, illustrations, photography, videography. I don't care. If you pushing the culture forward for this city, I'm here with you. I'm here for you. I want to know what guests y'all want on More Than Masters. I got a few in mind to start the year off, but let me know what guests y'all want to see on More Than Masters. I'm trying to expand, so I want to go to some Jefferson County areas, Waynesboro, Jefferson County, Rennes, Wiley, whatever. I also want to get into the South Carolina, Aiken, you know what I'm saying, that era. I got some lined up out there already. Let me know y'all want to see me at, who y'all want to see me interview, who y'all want to see on the podcast, who y'all want to see in a conversational piece, who y'all want to see on the next card. This has been a rough. It's been a rough. I had a year, man. Now I think about it, because we had the true situation, other kid. So it's been a year. But I wish nothing but great things for everybody at the end of the day, and I'm always going to do that. I don't care how I feel, how you feel, no personal. We got one job, and that's all of us. Our main job is to push the culture forward. So if that means pushing it forward for Augusta Arts, we're going to push forward for Augusta Arts. It's not a you. It's not a me. It's not a me versus you. It's not a you versus me. It's a us pushing each other forward to get to the next level so that we can start making some money off our talents in the city, okay? This is a talented city, immensely talented. We got some of the best musicians, some of the best artists, some of the best media personality, some of the best photographers, some of the best videographers, some of the best rappers, singers, poets, spoken word artists, you name it. We got a lot of the best in the city, and I just want to be able to show that. So, mic check, we out. One Masters Podcast. Happy New Year to everybody. Damn, shit good. Slim Jim on point.